Welcome, everybody. All right, this is Brian here with the Placement Loop. Welcome back. For the folks that are just joining in right now, we provide this podcast to be able to share insights from our leaders and sharing insights from folks who have been in the game for a while and really have went through the grind of building a successful business. And I have our lovely Catiana Ibarra here. She is the CEO of PeopleLift. And yeah, we'll take it away and we'll go right into it. Welcome, Catiana. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, pleasure as well. Pleasure is all mine. So we'll get right into it. When you and I spoke last, you were telling me a little bit about your story of kind of where you are and where you're at now. Can you share some of that stuff for the audience?
Sure. For everyone, hi, my name is Catiana Ibarra. I'm the CEO of PeopleLift, but basically I'm just Catiana. I am one that works hard every single day to achieve my personal goals. I have been doing recruitment for the past, let's say, 10 to 15 years on contract basis and full-time opportunities. And I was given a shot 4 years ago to start creating a team in Puerto Rico in order for us to help and assist their main offices that was in Atlanta. The owner of the company saw potential in me and started mentoring me to be where I am today, that is running the brand for both sides, Puerto Rico and in the state side.
Awesome, awesome, perfect. And then tell me a little bit more so of kind of your rise from because it seemed to be pretty fast. You started where you're at with PeopleLift and you went all the way to CEO in such a short time. How did you, what were some of the things that lined up for you that made sense to propel you in such a fast time?
So when I started in the company, and they usually, just to get to know you better, they were starting to do an assessment that you needed to do on that first week of employment. But with my background in labor psychology, industrial organizational psychology, I thought that they were asking me to do a company assessment.
Mm,
So when I saw it, I went in full force on what works, what didn't, how can I improve it, and a timeline of what I was gonna do in order to help it out. Even though I was just hired as a recruiter
mm,
with the intent of growing my brand. Like they saw that I wasn't there just for only for one thing, that if they need me, I was going to put the effort in it. The founder was going to be in vacation for 2 months. So what I did while he was out was helping my colleagues because I was still growing my business. They were still in the warm waters of getting to know the processes and the clients and how they were running process. So anyone that had any projects that needed assistance, I would go in and work
hmm
at it. Not because I wanted to highlight, but because I wanted to do something with my time. So that way, when the owner came in, he realized that the things that were being done were in my voice because nobody changed it. They were just picking up the information that I gave and just providing it to them without any edits or even revising it. So he asked me why I was doing it. I explained to them the reason that I just wanted to learn and continue to move forward. So then he started that process of let's go step by step and see your potential, see that you can come in and do the work, and then we move to the next one. So literally from recruiters, I went to account management, from account management, managing difficult clients or clients that were not happy,
hmm
because let's not be Disney. We do have our clients that are not happy
Yep.
with our services or the candidates that we are providing or the time frame that we're taking to provide it. So those clients were given to me in order for to change that experience. And when everything was moving forward correctly, then it was now you need to find your own
hmm
in a place where nobody knows where people left. Only they know you as a recruiter. Now you need to start creating landscape. And it took a lot of tears, a lot of effort, me having that pep talk be on a car, just before going into a meeting because I couldn't sell it. People were going to say no to me, and how I was going to be able to come back and say I couldn't make it,
Hmm.
because that was the worst thing in my head, the no, or I
Yep.
couldn't do it.
Hmm.
So having that pep talk from my mentor and me being able to see that I could go to events and just volunteer my time, be myself, was the way that people started wanting to work with me more.
Hmm.
Or I was going into a building and for an event and people knew me already, even though I didn't knew them specifically
Hmm.
because they follow me on LinkedIn, or they follow my or this type of podcast where I describe my story, and they don't feel that alone. They feel that they know someone. So that helped me a lot. And now a month ago, where we made it official and I'm running the brand, but I was already running the brand about 6 months ago.
Right. Right.
But it was
Awesome.
all try and error. We didn't do nothing without checking and see if I was ready mentally, emotionally,
Hmm.
and if I was going to be successful.
Right. Right. That's awesome. So, a couple things to unravel here, right? When you were starting with PeopleLift, you already had a bigger picture vision already going
Mhm.
into it because you had thought you need to do an assessment of the business, very big picture thinking, right? But they really wanted you to just be a recruiter. So, which is interesting because that's I think a lot of the folks don't realize that the bigger picture mindset is where it takes you to that next level, right? Because the higher level you go, the bigger picture you need to be able to have the vision, right? You need to have a vision of where a specific company needs to go and how you build a team around that. Have you always had that, like when you were younger too, just like always wanted to do like bigger things and just assessing things as is like that?
I always wanted to help others.
Hmm.
I am the niche of my dad and my grandfather were business owners. So I saw the the sacrifice they made
Yep.
all through their lives, between my mom, my dad, my grandfather, of not being able to have enough time with us, of wanting to always needing to work or what is going to be next to continue moving forward. So I said to myself, I didn't want that. But
Hmm.
I always like to help others. So when it transitioned and I had to, just to mention where I was, there was an uncertainty and due to COVID and everything else before I went to PeopleLift, that I went on a contract mode. So
Hmm.
everything was short term when they needed me, and then I was running to the next. So with that, I was already understanding that for me to be able to continue growing or getting a job, I couldn't just be a recruiter.
Hmm.
I needed to network myself. They needed to see my value, but at the same time, that that I was going, if they had questions,
Yep.
I was going to be able to help them. And even if they didn't hire me. For example, when I did the interview in People Live, they were saying all their dreams that they had for Puerto Rico, and I was interviewing them, asking them, but do you have an office? Where do you have the office? How many people have you interviewed? Have you checked this paperwork? Have you checked how we do payroll? Because we're very different than in the States. And I didn't do it just to sell myself as someone
Hmm.
that can do it. It's just to help out. And that is what makes me different, because they see that I'm very genuine. I'm
Hmm.
this way. I'm not going to be selling you something. I'm just going to help you in order for you to improve on your
Hmm.
personal, professional, or company. And that's
Hmm.
why I keep having my clients base, because they know
Yep.
that. They know that I work not only but going above and beyond.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, we're in a people business, right? Staffing, huge people business. Consulting and SaaS is all people business, right? Whether people realize it or not. And I believe in sales karma. I also believe in goodwill. So what you touched right there is a prime example of giving back without expecting anything back. Like giving to them some value without expecting anything back, and you keep giving that. And Alex Hormozy touched on this a lot, right? Um, just keeps giving, just keep giving that goodwill. Next thing you know, they're like, okay, we need to bring on Catiana, or we need to be able to bring on this person because this person generally wants to help. It's not this person trying to sell me something, trying to be transactional. This person actually genuinely want to help. And I feel that that's not a lost art, but when it comes to how aggressive some companies are trying to scale their business, they lose that in transition because all they do is hiring a bunch of salespeople and just go ahead and all right, just start spamming people just to try to book meetings, right? Versus actually here trying to build relationships, because really and statistically, when it comes to sales, right? If the shorter the sales cycle, the lower the value, right? The lower the contract value. But as sales cycles increase, right, the average order value increases. And the folks that don't really know, like if a sales cycle is like a month, like only a month long, it's probably going to be like 500, maybe $1,000. But as we increase the sales cycle further, as we build relationships, that's where you start asking more higher ticket items, right? 10, $30,000 consulting deals, just because that relationship's being built on. So that's awesome. Um, I want to touch base on mentorship. So you mentioned that you had a mentor that helped you kind of curate how you approach things. Have you always had a mentor pre People Lift, or was this like a first thing for you?
As a true mentor, no.
Hmm.
I did have people in my life that helped me see the potential that I had. Like I remember when my last employment that was before People Left was a contract position.
Hmm.
It was a short term, like I knew it from the start, but it was in my dream company. Everything that I was doing was what I wanted to do. And I remember receiving the call from my manager, and my manager was one of the greatest. She helped me tweak where were the things that were missing in SOP procedures or being compliance, especially because it was in the regulated industry. And at one moment, I received a call from her saying, Catiana, if I could, I want to keep you, but I'm already hearing the noises that your contract is going to end in the next 30 days.
Hmm.
I'm going to try to keep you the longest that I can, but I would recommend that you start looking for a job. Nobody does that. Nobody gives you because they want to take you to the longest that they can.
Hmm.
And when I quit, I was so scared because I didn't want to tell her that I wanted to quit
Yeah.
because she knew that this was coming.
Yep.
And a true leader that she is, because she's still working, instead of telling me, why are you leaving? Or is this company good for you? She celebrated it. I was crying and she was celebrating it for me, saying it was a good adventure. She was so excited for me. She was encouraging me that I was taking the right step. And that made me feel confident about what I was doing.
Hmm.
And I always said to myself, when I'm leading a team or I'm mentoring right now or coaching other professionals, I want to imitate her because that positivity changes people.
Yep. Yep. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's great. That's a great takeaway. It reminds me when, I used to work at a firm, a staffing firm, specifically with federal government contracting, being based in Washington, D.C. And my mentor, this was, at this time, it was a small company. And my mentor at the time, he was doing 25 years in the staffing industry, both commercial and private, and the government sector. And he trained all of us, right, to be the account executive. Because I started as a recruiter and then switched over to account executive. They just want to throw me in the wolves of just doing business development and selling, right, the staffing services. I was like, okay, all right, I'll do it, whatever, right? I came from restaurants, so coming from restaurants for 15 years, I'm like, dude, whatever, man. I'm just glad I have to be in a restaurant for 12-hour shifts. I'll go talk to whoever you want me to talk to. And that's what they did, right? So he threw me in the wolves, started building relationships, and he was my mentor at the time, and I still talk to him to this day. To a point to where we built this great relationship. I ended up being his number one salesperson until I was starting to get conversations around with other folks that I've been talking to, right? So building the network. Next thing you know, I've had people. I ended up having a few firms offer me positions, right? So then I talked to him. His name's Joe. I talked to him. I was like, "Hey, Joe, listen, man. Like, I just want to be transparent with you. A couple of these firms right now, they're offering me a six-figure salary plus because I was still like pretty junior. I wasn't a junior, right? It was pretty fast around the ranks, right? So a year after being account executive, I was then senior account executive, leading a few account managers, sales development reps, and some of the recruiting team as well. So it was like a glorified full desk leadership position. um, I was getting offers. I was letting Joe know. I was like, Joe, I'm getting offers. Folks doing like 10, I'm sorry, six-figure salary plus this commission based to where I get override of some of the folks that I get to oversee. Like, what do you think about that? And and Joe was like, Brian, as much as I want to keep you, right? I know that the company that we're working at right now can't counteroffer that. There's no way they can counteroffer that. So I would recommend you going for the job. And that's what I did. From my mentor of the company I was working with, I was working directly under him. He knew the game, right? He knew when it came to like being a great leader that it's always best to keep the connection than it is to keep the dollars, right? So yeah, he went ahead and said, "Hey, this," and he even taught me how to be able to speak within the interview towards them. Kind of coached me on like, all right, how should I present myself in the interview? What are some statistics I need to bring with me? And yeah, I landed the job, right? Being director for another staffing firm that was doing $800 million. They brought me on to basically stand up their federal government sector, basically overseeing a few teams, right? And it was thanks to him. And we still talk to this day. And he even helped during my transition time out to make sure I was well set up. So when it comes to mentorship, I always think that it's critically important to wherever you're whatever in life where you're at. It doesn't matter of the current job you're at. If you hate your current job now, you want to transfer to something else. Having someone to help guide you, who's been there with you, right? And to be a genuinely good person, right? Like he has the same thing, right? Goodwill. She generally wanted to help you. It doesn't matter if it helped the business, the company that he was working with or not. He was all about Brian, right? And that was huge. Um,
I think you need to add something else as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
because you can be only, okay, I need to find a mentor. He's good for me. He's
Hmm.
going to teach me. He has great success or influence. You need to be able to do the click with this person.
Yeah.
This
Hmm.
can't be anyone,
Yep.
because probably the way that this person reached their goals is not going to be the same as me.
Hmm.
Or probably the way that he talks is going, some people might see it, oh my God, he's too high or
Yeah.
too aggressive,
Yeah.
or in my case, I'm too hyper or
Yeah.
too active, and then I never stop.
Hmm.
But my mentor is the same way.
Yeah.
So when people hear us out, people think, are you fighting or are you saying stuff to yourself? We were actually laughing. But it's the way that we act and we interact, and that we can put, and that he can mentor myself in order for me to reach my goals. And you don't just need one person, you
Right.
need your tribe.
Hmm.
Because no, even though I have my mentor, I have my tribe of
Yep.
other women that are professionals that
Yep.
we get together on a monthly basis. We don't talk sales.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. I don't go in telling everyone who wants to recruit or who needs HR consultancy.
Yeah.
We talk about our daily struggles as a professional woman in the industry.
Hmm.
What are we doing with task, AI, anything and everything in order to support each other so we can be like fresh air to continue doing the next day.
Yep.
So it all depends of what you need in that specific time, and find
Hmm.
your right people.
Yep.
And unfortunately, not always is going to be your friends,
Hmm.
or because I had to realize that, or your family members, because they are
Hmm.
not working on the same things that you do. They're not experiencing the same things that you are.
Yep.
So when you talk to them and you express your frustration, anger, or dreams, they're going to be like, but why? But why are you working after 5 p.m.? Or
Yeah.
why are you starting at 5 p.m. to talk to people when you can do it from 8 to 5?
Right.
Or why are you going to an event this weekend where we could go to the beach
Yep.
or have
Mm-hmm.
fun? So
Yep.
those things, probably your friends and family are not going to be the one understanding it, but your
Yep.
tribe is. And
Mm-hmm.
your tribe is going to be behind you saying, let's go. So
Yep.
those are the things that, or the people that you need to identify in order to assist you on the way. It's just going to be something
Yep.
that motivates you, that you won't feel that alone in this big pond.
Yep, yep. And that's kind of really starts even from the very beginning. I mean, I know we're talking more about business, but within even influencing on the folks that, as like parents or uncles and aunties, like as seeing their kids and their nieces and nephews, their influence is heavily based off of the people that they're around, right? So when you talk about how, yeah,
I'm part of a tribe. Like I'm
yeah,
an auntie. I
mm-hmm,
have my friends that their kids call me aunt, and my brother's kids.
mm-hmm,
They ask me for advice. They
yeah,
want to
mm-hmm,
talk to me. They want to play with me.
yep,
I help them when they can't get out of their offices to pick their kids up. Or if there's someone that they want to talk to, they don't call their parents, they're calling me. And
mm-hmm,
that's good. And that's because we are not someone apart from them. We are all helping each other
yep.
that they are able to do so. And for example, I don't live where my nephew lives, but I'm happy that my brother and sister-in-law has a group of friends that they consider their own tribe that
Mm-hmm.
have raised my nephew so amazingly. And I
Yep.
know it's because of their influence as well.
Yep. Yep. Precisely. And that never stops. And the point taken here is that like it starts from the kids, starts from being very young, all the way through all of your career life, right? Having the right people that you center yourself around heavily influences how successful or what direction you want to take in life. Just is plain and simple, right? True,
Exactly.
true,
And
true.
just to mention something,
Mm-hmm.
we got accustomed due to COVID and everything that is automated, adjusting in a screen
Mm-hmm.
or sending emails or talking through text. We are missing that human interaction. And that human interaction is being, people are wanting it. If you're thinking of sales, people are not wanting to see another cold email or text or LinkedIn. They want to understand who is Brian, who is Catiana,
Mm-hmm.
what is that they are motivated by.
Yep.
Why? How do you know my company? How well do you know it? And it's not going to be translated to that. So if we are moving back again to what's important, that is that human interaction, we need to be able to have people that help us get back to the game again if we're so accustomed of just doing clicks.
Right.
Because then what are we going to be different from the AI that is coming in or other computers?
Right, right. Precisely, precisely. Um, Speaking of, so a quick hard shift into AI itself, right? Perfect segue. Now, we talked about mentorship. Now let's talk about your internal business, right? After you've spoken, you've getting some teachings from your mentors, you've done a lot of trial and error. Here we are right now, right? AI is such a commodity these days. So when someone says AI, some folks are disgusted about it. Some folks are like, okay, well, let's see what the next best thing is, right? What's the next shiny object when it comes to AI? What tools are you using right now, and what are you interested in using in the future, in the next 6 months or so?
I think the first one is going to say the future. What I'm excited, anything and everything that comes to AI, I'm going to be trying it. I
Mm-hmm.
think that at this moment, it's not for any professional because I'm still hearing it every day. Oh, AI is just a commodity. It's going to end. They're going to put the regulations. I'm still not going to learn it until further down because we don't know when it's going to be stable and everyone will know it. You need to be learning it now.
Hmm.
because in 6 months it's going to advance so
Yep.
much
It's
that you're
always
not going
changing.
to be able to get
Hmm.
a hold of it. And AI is here for one thing, is to give you your time back.
Yep.
Give
Hmm.
your time back for you to spend it on what is essential. In my case, it's essential to be talking to people. It can be candidates, it can be clients, it can be universities where I do seminars. It is anything and everything. And the rest, AI can do it for me.
Hmm. Yep. When you piggybacking on that, what would be when we're talking about the future of AI, what would be a message that you would want to send to candidates and job seekers who think that AI is going to be replacing that job site that they wanted to work in, right? What do you think of that? What's the message to them to for them to realize?
Let's be real. I say it to all my candidates when they come to the question to that question. The first industry that was attacked was recruiting and marketing, and we're still here.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it is like you need to understand that yes, it's going to be the jobs are going to be affected. Yes,
Hmm.
probably on a team of 10, now they're going to be five doing it. But the ones that stay, the ones that evolves are the ones that adapt, the ones that are engaging this system to continue to improve it.
Hmm.
And then what makes you different? If it is software engineer, are you learning the new languages? Are you using it? Are you creating new software using AI right now? Since clients are going to be looking for it. It doesn't matter if it is not your work, doing it in your passionate time. If it is with me in recruitment, what systems are you using to be able to present faster with a
Hmm.
better quality? In order for the clients, instead of waiting 45 days, they only wait 30.
Right.
Or
Yep.
they have that 72-hour band that we all sell that we're going to present candidates.
Hmm.
It's going to be feasible on all occasions and not only on most.
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
So those are the things that we need to be able to see. We need to adapt. Jobs are going to still be there. But for the ones that understand that
Yep.
this is not gonna die, or and you either adapt and change,
Hmm.
or then go and do another thing that doesn't require AI that much.
Hmm. Yeah, which is now where we see trade skills blowing up, right? Plumbers, electricians, construction workers, the real hands-on skills, that is blowing up in the staffing world right now. It's insane. Like there's such a big need for it these days.
Yeah, and remember something, well, I come from a generation, to be respectful, where they everyone said you need to go to college, get an education, and then get a
Hmm.
job.
Yep.
Or you were successful, and I'm gonna do like this, you were successful if you were in an office environment in front of a desk 8 hours and then clock in and clock out. We have seen time and time again that plumbers, that carpenters, that electricians are earning more money
Yep.
on an annual basis than a secretary or a HR rep or a
Hmm.
recruiter because of the need that they have.
Yeah.
And more because they have less debt because they don't have student loans to pay as well. So it's
Hmm.
like we need to switch that way of who is professional, who is not, who is successful and who is not, to
Hmm.
more of what do you like?
Yeah.
If you're more hands, if you are more people, someone that wants to be outside, that wants to work with tools, perfect. You
Hmm.
can do a trade service. If you don't like AI, computers, systems, it's too complicated, it's too technical, this is another way to do it, to
Yeah.
manufacturing jobs
Hmm.
that are looking for that type of roles.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yep.
those are
Yeah.
my 2 cents on that one. I'm too passionate on that one because I see it every single
Yeah,
day.
100%, 100%. And it's just like it's those situations. Like I have a guy, he's just a regular handyman that just picked off of Facebook Marketplace. He goes in, fixes my bathroom, and he charges me. It was a 30-minute job. It was like, all right, it's 150 bucks, 50 bucks for the parts, 100 bucks for it. I'm like, you just made literally 200 bucks an hour, and I, as a consumer, I'm glad to pay you that, right? It's not like it's like okay, well, it's like it's such a disconnect that people realize that the trades make a lot of money. Like these people make a lot of money because they're trading, they understand labor versus skill set, right? You have a guy trying to figure it out for 2 hours, and yeah, you pay him 100 bucks. Awesome. Or would you rather have a guy that could fix it in 15 minutes, have it be done right, and you pay him 200 bucks that way? It's you think about that way.
And what about something else? Especially the ones that are coming to the fourth floor, like I am already, those
Hmm.
40 all youngsters. We do that stuff. We go and do plumbing. We go and paint our houses. We go and fix the roof. Our backs, our legs are gonna hurt so much
Hmm.
afterwards that you're not gonna be able to do nothing for the rest of the weekend because you did that for 2 hours.
Yep.
Instead of just paying someone to do it right,
Hmm.
and you can continue to do anything and everything that you wanted.
Yep. Yep.
So those
Precisely.
things, because those things are the ones that I say all the time. I can do it by myself. Of course you can.
Hmm. Yeah.
Does your back allows it to? Do
Yeah.
you have time to do so? Because you normally work 10 to 12 hours. Are you
Yep.
going to spend your full weekend doing this and not
Hmm.
rest for a full works week ahead?
Yep.
The question is no. The answer
Yeah. The
usually is no.
opportunity cost, yeah, is too high.
So
Hmm.
it's too high, and you need to understand that beside their experience, their knowledge, and how well they do this, you're paying time that you're saving as
Yep.
well.
Yes,
And if
exactly.
you do
Yep.
that math, it's worth it every single time.
Hmm. Exactly. Exactly. There was one specific saying on a reel that I saw from Alex Hormozy himself. He was saying, "Rich people buy time." This is like it's polarizing. So rich people buy time, poor people buy stuff, and ambitious people buy skills, right? They buy education, right? And those are the three buckets, right? Are you the person that's going to buy stuff? Are you going to buy education? Or are you going to buy time? And that's where folks need to like realize in their lives what they're doing to be financially
But
set.
you need to buy the right skill.
Yeah,
I'm going
exactly.
to add that.
Hmm.
I'm buy the right skill
Hmm.
or buy the right stuff. Because if you're telling me you're poor, but you're buying a lawn mower that you're gonna do it in your neighborhood at $40 per lawn, and then suddenly that what you bought is going to be retrieved in the reimbursed in like in 1 week, 4 days. Perfect.
Hmm.
For me, you're not poor. If you're doing skill trade and or you're going up and you want to know about Claude, or you're doing a PMP certification because you
Hmm.
know and see that that's what that the market is looking for.
Yep.
Amazing. If you are doing Windows, just to
Yeah.
give you an example,
Yep.
certification for you to know Excel or Word, you're way behind. No offense to the ones that need it, but you are way behind for an
Hmm.
IT role
Yep. Yep.
or for a data analytics that needs to know A to X. So
Yep.
it all depends. I like that phrase, but at the same time, I'm like, yes, but.
Yes, that's a good rebuttal. That's a good rebuttal because yeah, because you need to buy the right education, and you can even buy the time back so you can do more of that specific work that's going to get that higher leverage of essentially making more money, right? And with the consumer aspect, if you need to buy the tools for it, you got to do it. So that's a good rebuttal to it. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, because I coach a lot of students, university students.
Hmm.
And they're like,
Awesome.
I have X, Y, and Z bachelor's degree because I'm not gonna bash anyone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, perfect. What are gonna be your next steps? Why did you study this?
Hmm.
Usually they're like, I don't know, because I liked it. That's what I felt that I was strong with.
Hmm.
And I'm like, have you checked what job you can get after applying, after finishing college, or if you need to do a master's in order to work on that area?
Right.
And those questions, you can see it in their eyes that nobody has told them before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what is needed at this moment. It's
Yeah.
not to study just because it is cool to go to college and see that college experience. Is you need to understand that college, after 4 years, you're going to adulthood and you're going to find a job. And if you want those things that your parents are buying you or that you dream of getting, you need to understand that your college degree needs to match up with what the market is saying or
Yes.
looking for at the
Mm-hmm.
same time.
Yep.
Unfortunate, yes. But if you're looking for these two things, there needs to be a collateral. And if
Yep.
it is something that does the market is not looking for, but you see it as an opportunity, then be it welcome to entrepreneurship and create your own business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's always an yes, but you need to be aware of it and you need to have a plan.
Exactly. Yeah. You need to have a plan. As long as you have a plan and you go after it, the biggest thing is that going after the plan. A lot of people give up
Exactly.
too easily, too fast, too. So huge.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
If I would have quit every time I heard a no or a door closed,
Yep.
I think I would probably still be working at retail
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
and not even thinking about where I'm at today.
Yep, yep. Same as I think with me in restaurants. If I didn't stop and got my PMP, certified Scrum Master, like all that while still managing restaurants to get out of it, yeah, I'd still probably be there, right? So awesome, awesome. So what AI tools are you using right now within the company? That's kind of help accelerate what you guys are doing.
Whew, everything and anything I do. The best one, my baby, is granola.
Okay.
I have granola takes notes for me. Granola is the one that makes sure that I'm consistent with my calendar in order for me not to miss anything.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, it gives me a to-do list. So everything that I do at the end is like reminding me, you need to follow up with this email or you promised this person this.
Yep.
And that with everything that we go for and that we are so always back to back with meetings is good for me. So I can go at the end and be like, okay, what do I need to know to do now?
Right.
And follow up accordingly. I create my own just to be really honest. I use
Mm-hmm.
Claude, Gemini,
Nice.
ChatGPT,
Yep.
everything and anything, depending of what is the need, that's what platform I will
Yep.
use it for. Because
Nice.
we need to understand that all of those three are great, but not great for everything. So you need to
Mm-hmm.
understand what is the need and then use it accordingly. Social media, marketing, Gemini,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT, anything that is normal ish. I'm
I use it for
that's the one.
research. ChatGPT is there for research, market
I
research
like
sometimes.
better. I like better Claude.
Claude, really?
Everything that is analytical, everything that is research,
Mm-hmm.
everything that has to do with coding for those IT people,
Mm-hmm.
Claude is going to be the best one
Awesome.
for
Yeah.
me, at
Mm-hmm.
least in the area of human resources. The thing is that you need to be able to create the right prompt
Yep.
or personalize or customize it to your needs in order to make it work. And that way, what I have done is everything that is admin, that is more click and send,
Yeah.
the system does it for me. And
Yep.
then I can be doing things like this,
Yeah.
doing
Exactly. Yeah.
podcasts, doing interviews,
Mm-hmm.
talking to candidates and
Yeah.
clients, making sure that my employees are happy,
Yep. Yep. The
engaged,
FaceTime. Yeah.
motivated.
More
Exactly.
FaceTime. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Going to events, doing network, getting
Mm-hmm.
other people in your network to get you and understand you, because probably those are the ones that are going to introduce you to your future clients.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. So, pivoting real quick, one final question here for us to
sure.
kind of elaborate on. What are some of the challenges you're seeing in the company right now, and what are you doing to solve that right now?
That's a good one because every day is a new one. I
Mm-hmm.
think there is the biggest challenge that I right now are I'm having and nobody's talking about it is that everyone is saying how employers are using AI in the recruitment process that
Mm,
might or can be discriminatory or against
mm,
labor compliance, but nobody's talking about how candidates are using it and how we need to be alert by it. I have been doing interviews where the resume was done by AI,
yep,
and if I didn't do the right questions, they were saying programs that they didn't have experience with. They were talking about education that they didn't have, but because they didn't revise their resume,
yep,
I was seeing that. Another thing is that in my case, I have seen prompt. I literally, instead of seeing a human, I'm seeing an image. So I don't know who the person really is.
right. Like an avatar. Like you're seeing
Like
like
an
an
avatar
AI
thing,
made avatar. Got
I
you.
was looking for the word in my head.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm literally seeing an avatar and the way that and that
That's
I'm
crazy.
literally
When you're doing
exactly
interviews, that's nuts. I,
during my interviews
yeah,
or and then me trying to say, hey, that backdrop, you can't use it. No, I need camera on the interviews because I need to see that you're a real person.
yeah,
I have been needing to say, I think you have something on your nose.
yeah. To try to catch them. Yep.
Because an avatar can put a hand in your own face and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, that you are going to be like, really, is this happening? And the last one is that I've been seeing candidates using a system when I ask a question for the system to respond, and then they are reading the
Yeah, they're
response.
waiting. They're waiting for to load up the answer for them to respond back to you.
And I can
Yep.
see their eyes literally reading the response to
Mm-hmm.
me.
Yep.
It can be a language barrier. It can be that they're scared or they really want to do so well. Me thinking positive that
Sure.
this is what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really alarming because if AI and AI are being used, how are they going to see or show that who's the human and who's not?
Yeah.
If they're
Yeah.
getting the right responses, because it's all around the prompting of A and B.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So that is,
Precisely.
so that's where I say how am I and my team are confronting it. We need those human, that the human to be in each step of the way in order for us to guarantee to our clients that that person is real and that we're moving forward accordingly. And at any step, if you see that there was a mistake or someone tricked you, be alert enough to say it, stop, confront, and guarantee the transparency in your process.
Got it. Got it. So, fake people, right? Fake, even fake resume. We can start with even fake resumes,
We
right?
start with fake resumes
Yeah.
and then fake people. Let's
Yeah.
just do it that way.
Yeah. 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 Fake resumes and then going into fake people. And you're battling that through, essentially. So, are you sifting through resumes via AI to make sure that to try to catch AI?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Not yes and no. Why? Because there are still people that don't know how to use AI
Mm-hmm.
or don't know how to write resumes.
Right.
And if you leave only AI to see the resume, probably that right candidate that you need is not going to be chosen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
AI
you
will have a bias to it.
exact.
Yep.
And not only a bias, let's say that you're looking for someone that has experience on a pink cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
And the candidate says, instead of pink, he said multiple colors of cell phones. Probably AI won't pick it up or put it in a lower ranking because it didn't say pink cell.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
While the others, well, he has the experience. So always have a human eye just to screen and see that what is doing it is doing it appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
But the main part for me is that you need to be doing the interview. I'm sorry. You need to be aware that who is in front of you, if it's actual a person, if it's not, make sure that the person that you're seeing has a LinkedIn profile that you can match the faces with
Yep.
in
Mm-hmm.
order to continue to do the conversation.
Yep. 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 Precisely. Awesome. So yeah, the biggest piece is that with the fake candidates that are coming through, you're utilizing your people. Like you have to get them your team to build that FaceTime back into the real world, right? Into proving some of the things that can't really be adjusted by AI if you use AI yourself, right? Because it can't pick up on those specific cues, which is critical. So awesome, awesome. Well, I think that's it for really we unraveled a lot today, right? And thank you for your time. Definitely a lot of insight today. Definitely on AI mentorship. How are you going about coming from ground zero all the way to CEO? Great takeaways for the audience for whatever part in their careers that they're at. Huge takeaways. Where can people find you?
Sure. For me, it has been a pleasure talking to you as well. Just to give a last advice, dream big. Everyone that is hearing it, it doesn't have to be the CEO role. Dream big and dream whatever you want to do and work hard to get it because if you work hard, it's gonna sound cliche, but you're gonna get it.
Hmm.
You can find me on LinkedIn, Catiana Ibarra. Our website is www.peoplelift.com and also on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook.
Perfect. I will put all those links in the description below so everyone have easy access to it. And then yeah, until the next one, folks, thank you so much for joining with us, and we'll see you then.
Bye bye.